Thank you for joining me, fellow Guardians. This is Sam from Multiverse Mission Control, and today's quest is Pyre. So, last time we triumphed over the poorly named Chastity, and we finally met Sandalwood, who's like a tree dude. So, he seems to want to take over the gang, but I'm just not having that right now. At dawn, Volfred is already up. He reveals to you a pathway through the woods, into the cold lands to the north, beyond which lies your destination. Sklorian Shore. Alright. I see. Alright. We're running the full elemental gambit, it seems. Gamut? I don't know. You get clear of the woods at last, and arrive in lands grown cold in the shadow of Mount Elodiel. You will have to make it all the way to the top. The sacred mountain on whose summit the rites were first conceived. Whether its summit is the downside's closest point to the Commonwealth, or the farthest, none can say. Well, then what's the point of even remarking? It's in the middle of fuck nowhere for all you know. Okay. In a moment of respite, Volfred calls everyone together to discuss matters pertaining to the rites and the plan to which he alluded. You banded together with a common faith that freedom from the downside is not impossible, am I correct? But let me ask you something. What does freedom even mean to you? Deep, man. We're getting deep up in here. He looks in your direction as he asks, defying you to answer. You cannot sense his own thoughts on the subject, and only know the truth of how you feel. What does freedom mean to you? Good, many choices here, because it is a very multivariate thing after all. Doing what you want? Freedom means being able to make decisions on your own terms. Achieving inner peace? Freedom means having a clear conscience and a carefree heart. Freedom means having no master. Freedom means answering to no one's will other than your own. Freedom means going where you please. Freedom means being able to go where the heart yearns, without restriction and without fear. To feel true love? Freedom means not having one's strongest feelings and emotions repressed or rebuffed. Freedom means living without fear. Freedom means living life without concern for others' judgment or approval. Nothing at all. Freedom is just another empty goal to chase to give one's life a false sense of meaning. Oh god, I don't know why that tickled me so much. It's like I'm watching an episode of Rick and Morty. Alright, or remain silent. Freedom means not being forced into responding to such questions. Okay, that's actually kinda legit. Okay, but I want to treat this seriously. Freedom. What does it mean to be free? You know, really good choices all. You know, it's like, Damn, I was not expecting just a thinker right at the start of the episode. This is gonna take some time. I should probably edit it out. The flavor text helps a good deal. I do like the idea of achieving inner peace. That does sound very... 'cause that's just like... You accomplish that, you can be free anywhere in the world, in any situation, sort of thing. And you know, one of the biggest things in my life is I just want to know that I'm doing things right, so that is pretty meaningful to me. Just to know that I'm doing it right, that I'm doing things as I should be, sort of thing. Because, like, doing whatever you want, I mean, I'm pretty sure you can think of one or two things where that could lead. To live without fear is impossible, after all. Simply not to let it get in your way, that's something entirely different. I like the inner peace one. Let's go for it. You tell Volfred that freedom is a state of mind. While easier said than done, if you can simply be yourself without concern, then you are free. He considers your response for a short while. If that is so, then the Commonwealth that I recall, the Commonwealth that sentenced us to rot, that's not a place that fosters freedom such as you describe. I get the feeling he would have answered this way no matter what I said. Nah. Admittedly, I haven't seen the Commonwealth in many, many years. However, judging by your presence here, I doubt it's changed all very much since then. Good point. Like, why are we fighting so hard to get back to this place? That's actually... Well, whatever. He then turns his attention to the whole group. Now let me tell you all what freedom means to me. Freedom means to live life without fear. So yours was actually one of the options. Huh. To be able to indulge one's curiosities and passions, at least the ones that cause no harm to others without the constant threat of judgment and reprisal. Freedom means not being made a criminal for what you know, or whom you love, or what you choose to think or not think. Good answer. He looks out towards the distant mountains. Within the next few days, your time in exile could come to an end. You could see the Commonwealth once more. And you would be exalted there, given the highest honor, the opposite of how you got here. But you would not be truly free, I think. At the least, you would become complicit to an ancient system that would deign to cast down others such as you. Well, yeah. Go ahead and deconstruct our whole reason for doing stuff, why don't you? It is a system whose well-intentioned founding principles have long been lost, and the 8 scribes, if they are out there still, have made quite clear they shall not intervene firsthand. That is where you come in. He turns to you and everyone again, looking to each of you. Long have I wished to gather such a group, that together you might see that seeking freedom only for yourselves is too modest of a goal. You share a higher calling now. The plan, then, is this. We free each other from the downside through the rights, then we meet up on the other side. We organize. Each new moon at dusk, we join together at the Spiral Sanctum. We need as many of us as there are possible. My agents on the other side shall explain the rest. The burned-down remains of the old capital of the Commonwealth. The remains stand as a warning to those who would seek to spread forbidden knowledge. Huh. You're plotting a revolt. Just so. I am asking a lot. You do have other options. Deceit, however, is not one of them. The reader and myself? You know by now that we can see through it. But you need not be a part of this, nor is it in my interest to coerce you. You may go your own way if you wish, live out your remaining days here like so many others. So if anyone among you prefers that, if you cannot see yourself continuing to strive together in the Commonwealth, as you are doing here, then speak now. Volfred pauses for a time, examining each member of the group. No one stirs. Very good. Some of you consider yourselves friends, some others not, but all of you are bound together through the rights, and are integral to our plan. Remember that. You seek true freedom. You will not find it waiting for you in the Commonwealth, but together you can bring it about, both for yourselves and others. That is my promise. Then he lets out a long breath. That's it. I ask you all to think on this. and let's reconvene along our journey to the summit. Volfred turns toward the mountains, leaving you to consider what he said and plot the wagon's northward path. Well, hell! That seems like a better idea than what we've been doing. You know, you're right. This whole thing has just been like forcing people against each other in just stupid and arbitrary they banned reading. Why am I defending anyone in the Commonwealth? So yeah, let's turn the tables. Turn the whole thing upside down, inside out, and all around the place. Why not? Merpass. Pathway leading north to the Sacred Mountain. Volfred indicates this is the only way to reach the base of Mount Elodial. Alright then. Why not? Why not indeed? Beyond lies Mount Elodial. I suggest we make camp here at the base of the mountain, for we shall need our spirits and our strength to make the ascent. Discuss the plan. The Beyonder Crystal seeks Fae. I don't hear from you for most of the friggin' journey, and now you're like all over the place. Okay, but first of all, yes, Volfred. There you are, my kid. There was something which I wanted to discuss with you in private. Volfred stares at you rather intently, as if reaching out to you, and then... You do know what it means to be a reader. Hey, we can talk normally! Get out my head! Those such as we are not limited to reading pages from a book. Though your ability in this I sense is nascent still. Mere flashes, uncontrollable. I see as well now that they haven't told you yet. Your friends. And that explains a lot. They haven't told you readers such as you cannot go free. Oh! Is this something Hedwyn knew when he made that promise? Oh well. I mean, I don't know his reasons. I had wondered why you would insist on pressing onward with this group in light of this. The answer then was plain. You simply did not know or fully realize. And this is why you're doing telekinesis, because, you know, you don't want them catching on that, I know, I guess. They did not deceive you, by the way. There is no reason they would know themselves. Oh, good. Other than Tariq, who shall not influence your thinking in such matters. Rather, I had expected when at first we met that you already knew the truth of this from having read the passage in the Book of Rites, which states it plain. Only those who shall conduct the rites first-hand shall walk the path toward enlightenment, and become eligible to regain their freedom. I see. Only the players. Okay. Well, whatever. I'll still help people out. Why not? I mean, what else am I gonna do? Sit around here and rot and be sad for the rest of my life? Yeah. Perhaps you have not gotten to that part just yet. Volfred breaks free from you and looks at you again. Then he speaks to you as normal. It is plain that you are not in adequate condition to conduct the rites, and this group values you as reader. Hey! I wish only to ensure you understand what you are getting into here. What do you mean I'm not inadequate? How many rites did I just conduct, bro? Despite whatever hopes and dreams and promises might have been shared, I do not think the rites can help you to return, if that is what you had in mind. So once again, I invite you to depart, and I will see to it that you are compensated. Do not misunderstand. If it is your wish to remain, then you are welcome. But this journey we are on, it has no guarantees, not for you, nor any one of us. Do you understand? I think I finally do. Goddamn. Also, I had you figured out all wrong, so very, very sorry about that. Volfred indicates that readers such as you cannot go free through the rites. Say you understand, say you do not care, say nothing. There is more at stake here than your freedom alone, and besides, perhaps there is a way. There we go, that's probably the good one. You've learned in life to keep your expectations low and tempered. If Volfred really wishes to know your thoughts on the subject, he knows where to find them. That's true, isn't it? But no, I'm gonna say I understand. Let's go. You understand the words of warning, yet just the same, you choose to carry on. There is more that you wish to achieve on this journey than freedom for yourself. I admire that, my kin. Then very well. Know that we have much at stake here in this anyway. Much more than just getting a shot at going back into that commonwealth which cast us down here to begin with. Yeah, you did elaborate on that a bit. It sounds like you intend to stick around. Then we'll have lots more time to chat as we ascend the sacred mountain in the coming days. Until then. He strides out of the wagon then, leaving you with your thoughts. And what thoughts I have now. God damn. Jadariel's securing the wagon, Hedwyn is resting up, Pamitha's out on a hunt, Sir Gilman is patrolling back and forth, Faye is playing with the imps. I know it seems like I waste my time when I do this, but you know, wouldn't the leader of a group be sure he knew where everyone was? It's like the one moment I don't check, someone's gonna be gone for too long or something. Ruki is making a racket, Tizo is staving off critters. Like this, for instance, I would actually want to know more about that. Anyway. Tariq is keeping quiet. Sandra is arguing with the Phantom. Let's break that up then. Why, hello, my lovely reader. What might I do for you? Okay, what's on your mind? How very kind of you to visit me again like this, oh lovely reader. For I was just standing about in the blackness of the void thinking it would be most pleasant if something were to happen for a change. There was a long period of time that this incarceration of mine failed utterly to do anything but bring me peace of mind. Not much of a punishment. I invite you to imagine an upbringing among the Sisters of the Arch. An ancient band of killers, trained almost from birth to carry out their missions without fail. All the sisters needed was a name and the sum of 500 sol up front. Wow. Living on the outskirts of civilization, your days all full of training which could kill you or just cripple you for life. How do you suppose I lost my sight? Through glorious battle with the scribes, or in a careless sparring session with my master? Ah, but I've not forgotten enough just yet. In any case, at first I welcomed the prospect of not having to struggle every moment to survive. But in less than 2 centuries, why, I started to grow terribly bored. It did not help at all that the Nightwings of the early days were the stodgiest thought you could imagine, obsessed with obeying the book as strictly as they could. Some of them started to remind me of myself, I think, when I was young. Such idiots, the lot of them. Ah, but what am I saying, lovely reader? I shall not bore you further with such matters. I would have bored myself to death back then. If only I could die. Like so many other things, I think mortality is something oft taken for granted, until it is taken away. So given your mortality, let's say that we get back to business here. Alright, so, you're calling for Faye. Show me what's up. Certainly, my reader. You need but indicate who is to be my subject for this round. Go easy on her, alright? You ask Sandra to administer one of her special trials for Faye. I must admit, I do sense something from that one. I once had a wild heart myself, quite like her own. We shall see if there is more to her than that. Let us bring her forth. Soon Faye arrives in heat of the summons. The scribes. I think that if I listen carefully, that I can hear them calling out to me. Yeah, you seem less perturbed than the others to be here. Alright. The apparition Sandra appears and unfastens her mask. Listen well, girl. The place where you reside at present has but a single rule, which is, you answer to me here. Wow! Okay, I will! Such naive enthusiasm. Now be silent. It is plain to me that you have much to learn as yet about the rites, but you have learned something, and I would see you prove it, without the benefit of anyone save for your reader. Okay, are you here to help me out with this, reader? I'm up against 3 imps. Alright. Go away. Go away. I just 3 for 1, yeah. And I got trophy for it even. My god, this is gonna be easy. I'm just gonna wait for you to land and then I'm gonna just banish you all. Cause, wow. You call this a test, Sandra? I mean, I know I'm like asking to get hardcore lightning bolted here, but whoa. Okay. Didn't expect that. I thought my aura was active. Damn it! Okay, I deserve that? Fine. You still only have 20 and I have a whopping 85. I don't anticipate any trouble in getting that What the hell? I'm gonna stop talking now. I am not gonna let you take this from me. I was having fun. Oh, it tossed it to me? How? Why? What the hell? Stop! Ah, crap, basket. Alright. Ah, shit! How? We get there at the same time! Okay. Relax. Relájate. Relájame. You can't fly forever. Whee! There we go. Got it. Okay. Almost lost it, but hey. Okay, how did I do? How did I do? I must admit, you did better than I had expected, girl. You have passed this trial of yours. She did it the quickest of anyone you called here. Some congratulations are in order, to you and also to your lovely reader. Now farewell. Alright, what's the talisman I got here then? Did I imagine all of that, reader? Because I hope I didn't. No, you kicked ass. Wow, what is it that you have there? You received Kael'mir's anklet for completing Faye's trial. After Faye casts her aura, it can bounce off of solid objects and solid surfaces. Woo! The Royal Trader's Hollow Band ensured the Sisters of the Arch were to carry out their mission. That or the quickness that I already have on her. Nah, I like giving everyone their specific talismans. It just feels right. In which case, I'm sure I can find this a decent home. So who doesn't have a thing yet? Tizo, Gilman, Pamitha, and Hedwyn. Alright then. We'll figure it out. And of course I have before each rite to fiddle with the equipment and all of that. Aye. Why did you ever get me on the right page? Damn you. Alright. I guess we're gonna discuss the plan now. Now that, I just newly pimped out one of my party members. Earlier, Volfred called for a group meeting, presumably to reveal his plan in more detail. Instead, he reveals some bad news. Wait, what are you saying? What I'm saying, my boy, is that while you can indeed get yourself out of here, it can't be all of you at once. We earn our way back one by one, or not at all. But I swore that we'd go free together! We may go free together yet, but it's going to take time. And this is only the first phase. You, Hedwyn, and the others exchange glances. Let me make this plainer for you still. Here is how the coming days are going to unfold. First, we're going to ascend Mount Alodiel there to the north. You may not think this wagon's fit for it, though rest assured it's made the journey many times. Next, we'll pass through Scribe's Gate. It is said that the scribes themselves keep watch over Scribe's Gate. The judgment of the scribes determines who can cross, and who is sent the fast way down. Oh. Only the worthy pass through there, as your reader could attest, if they did not merely skim that chapter of the book. Stop throwing shade at me! I'm still new to this, man! Afterwards, we'll reach the Fall of Solium, and meet our adversaries in the rites. The temple at the highest point of the downside exists to honor the 8th scribe. They are to be the Templars, led by the demon Ignarius. You'll know him when you see him. A mighty triumvirate that has been the closest rival of the Nightwings. He is the notorious demon leader of one of the most feared triumvirates in the rites. Both you and they shall choose someone from your respective ranks. Then once one of the triumvirates prevails, their somebody will be whisked home to the Commonwealth. Whisked home to the Commonwealth? Precisely. Once returned, our somebody is taken in, and clothed, and fully pardoned. The Commonwealth knows about all this. The same Commonwealth that says a sentence into exile is forever, and freedom from the downside is impossible? Many of these details the scribes themselves wish to be kept secret. Former exiles and the leaders of the Commonwealth alike have good incentive to protect those secrets well. So then that's it. We climb the mountain, someone goes back, and everyone else stays? For most of those participating in the rites, yes, that's it. But I like your connotation, and indeed for us that isn't it at all. If one of us returns, it shall be just a step along our path. However, let's let that sit for now. Gather your strength. We'll talk again on our way up. Okay, full disclosure, I actually did watch Yahtzee's review of this game, and he did mention that was a thing, like, that you could only save people one at a time throughout each campaign, and it's like, eventually you have to make a choice. That's gonna break my heart. Volfred leaves the rest of you to consider what he said. You have time now for your vocations. At dawn, you shall begin your ascent of Mount Elodiel. I feel like the global bonus is probably best. I mean, I'm about to let someone go. It feels doofy to mentor anyone. And again, like, foraging, that's hit or miss. This is a guaranteed goodness. You excuse yourself from the others to go pore over the Book of Rites and its mysteries. Through greater understanding comes the reader's influence. Focused on which aspect of the Book of Rites? Let's see. Wait, didn't I already do this? Oh, currently rank 1. Right. Okay. So, I already did Hope once. Balance Theory is telling me I gotta do more of the other stuff. So, quickness or presence? Quickness. I mean, come on. It's authors and their prowess. Yes. Let's do it. You concentrate on your knowledge of the 8 scribes, and how together they compose the Book of Rites among their many feats. Inspiration comes to you in a flash. Whether from the book or from within, you cannot tell. You gained the reader's influence. Celerity. Each rank raises your fellow exiles' quickness, making them move faster. Alright. Cool. Anybody in the wagon? Nah, okay. Blasphemy. Humming a melody. Running around somewhere. Giving himself a bath. Climbing around outside. Staying hydrated. Good thing to do. Looking for something to do. Well, I mean, ask around. There are chores. You could talk to me if nothing else. Hedwin's doing some minor repairs. Jody is practicing lunges. Alright, that's everyone then. Good. Here we go. Continue your journey. To Mount Elodiel. So am I to take that as a statue of maybe Solium Mer? That one looks like Volfred. How old are you, Volfred? Here before you lies Mount Elodiel, stretching far beyond your line of sight. Somewhere upon this mountain lies the only place from which you can escape the downside. Your companions gather round again before Volfred, who stands tall as ever. Whether from the cold air or the subject now at hand, you sense a tension in the air. Now then, you all have many questions, no? I've done a lot of talking, so go on. Ask away. But there is only silence. One question stands out in your mind, which you refrain from asking yet. If only one of you is to go free at first, who shall it be? Go on now, don't be shy. Who first? Questions. Why us? Why you indeed, madam? That I can explain. You've seen the sort you stand against us, as adversaries in the rights. What is it that they want, do you suppose? They want their freedom back, of course. They'll settle for it on the Commonwealth's own terms. They'll gain their freedom and some cushy new responsibilities. Perhaps then they'll have a hand in sending still more exiles here to join us. Think on it. The Commonwealth rose from the ashes of a fallen empire thanks to the efforts of the first exiles who escaped this place via the rights. It is the Commonwealth's first and proudest tradition to honor those ones who live to redeem their transgressions. They have a certain wisdom, do they not? But as for you, I have been looking for a certain set of dispositions for a good length of time. All I needed was for somebody appropriate to show up and to listen. So I planted many little eyes and ears throughout this land that could be literal, whispering hints of this, absurd as it may sound. Took someone with a certain faith and creativity to go for it. That someone proved to be Headwin over there. He was tasked with seeking 2 trustworthy allies, an old buried wagon, and a reader. He was invited to bring others for the ride, all different sorts, gather enough help, and he and his friends could be free. Long story, but you know much of the rest. So then why you? Because I've reason to believe you're not the sort to play right back into the Commonwealth's old hand. The rights, as you have seen, are quite exclusive. You are imposters in this little party. You could be the ones to break it up. Now then, more questions. Your head is beginning to spin. You can excuse yourself for keep listening. I'm gonna keep listening! Yes, this is important! What the... This is for everyone who doesn't care about lore, apparently. Your fellow exile's freedom seems to hinge on Volfred's plan. You ought to consider his every word. What does it say for this one? Soon you have another right to conduct domestic focus on matters close at hand. No, this is important. Volfred's explanations are a lot to take in, though you feel compelled to absorb as much of what he is willing to tell you at this point. He prompts for further questions when Jodariel raises her voice again. Hold, you mistook my meaning. I understood your plan. Still, I wish to know why us. Why are we, among all others, chosen for this liberation rite? On a blooded moon at the fall of Solium, an exile from the prevailing triumvirate shall go free. The anointed champion then shall plunge into the Shimmer Pool and return in glory. Book of Rites. Ah, I see. Well, but that is simple, really, madam. You are chosen. You are qualified, I should say. Because as the expression goes, 'tis what the scribes ordain. Though in this case the expression is quite literally true. Say what? When the 8 created the rites, each one of them anointed certain other exiles to participate on their behalf. Exiles who showed some promise of redemption. The triumvirates they formed have stood the test of time, replenishing their numbers as their individuals moved on or passed on. You've met them as they are today, the accusers, the withdrawn, and so on. The 8 scribes also formed a special group against which all the others would be judged. That group they called the Nightwings. Dun dun dun! You bear their books, wear their masks and raiments. You need but show up to the rites, you see. The others erstwhile jockey for position for a chance to take you on. Yeah, well, what if we don't? What if we don't show up? Then you would deny yourselves a chance at freedom, and deny it also to your adversaries. Victory means nothing in a common right, then. Participation is all that matters? Not so, madam. Only the enlightened may regain their freedom. While failure can be an excellent teacher, the scribes do favor the victor. So you see, those who do not conduct the rites, or do not prevail in them sufficiently, they may find themselves barred from the liberation rites. But these are technicalities. The Nightwings disbanded years ago. Since then, no one has gone free. Yet still the other triumvirates pressed on, with fleeting hope that one day you'd be back. It's been a heavy price to pay in all of this. Now, if you'll excuse me, we'll talk again some other time. What? No! That's not nearly enough! Some murmur to themselves about all this as Volfred takes his leave. Others reconnoiter pathways leading up the mountain and present you with some options. Emperor's Ascent and Emperor's Fall. Wow! Glass half full or half empty, huh? Okay, Ascent. A gap through the nameless lower summits beneath the Mount Elodiel. Faye believes the 8 scribes will bless whoever goes through here. And Emperor's Fall. A pathway on the outskirts of Mount Elodiel's nameless lower summits. Pamatha expects some long-lost valuables to be stashed here. You know, it's been a while since I've gotten some good grace in with Pamatha. Let's just go that way. I'm sure it won't matter much in the end. No, that's actually more like Hedwyn's mask, now that I look at it. Although, could be. You joined Pamatha on a brief expedition to find anything of value dropped by those who tried to scale the mountain but did not succeed. Wait, I shall be joining you. Oh, good. What now, I get 2 chaperones? But sure, I'm game, whatever you wingless are into. Be silent, little bird, and fetch those trinkets and be done! My, so full of bitterness. You really ought to make the most of these last precious moments that we share. And you ought not to mince your words. Oh, please. We all know you're going to be the first one out of here, so why not quit your constant frowning for a change? I? The first one out of here? Of course, it's plain the others pity you. You've been here longer than the rest of us by far. Besides, maybe that Volfred, though he seems plenty happy here, making his speeches. How dare you? How dare you to presume? Nothing is decided as of yet. Oh, no doubt, though if by some coincidence you do end up selected for the honor, I just want you to know something. I truly, from the bottom of my heart, do hope we shall prevail on your behalf. Because that way you shall be free. Of me at least. And I in turn shan't have to suffer any longer your hideous attitude toward me and everything. At that you intervene. Jodariel's eyes burn with fury, but then she calms herself. I shall see you at the wagon, Reader. Pamatha scoffs as Jodariel storms off. I swear that one. Well, moving on. There's something sparkling down there. Be right back. She swoops out of sight, leaving you alone there on the mountain. You know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and say you both have attitude issues. Pamatha soon returns with something that lay long forgotten in the rocks below. You found a fairy spirit. You sense his power. After bearer banishes an adversary, spawn a moondrop, which briefly grants infinite stamina. Interesting. Spawns up to 1 moondrop each 10 seconds. As fairies presumably do not exist, it is likely they came to no harm in its creation. Sure, that's the... Alright. Temple High Road, Temple Cistern. We got Hedwyn, and we got Sir Gilman. First of 2 paths leading to the mountain summit. Hedwyn expressed a passing whim to see the view from here. Sir Gilman wishes to look upon the sacred waters here. You know, it's actually been a while since I've really said yay to either of these guys. But you know what, in truth, I feel like Hedwyn's gonna be the first one out. Dude nursed me back from death. Can't forget that. Yeah. Which means, of course, that I'm gonna have other opportunities to, you know, curry favor with Sir Gilman. This might be one of the only opportunities I get to learn more of Hedwyn's character, you know? You and Hedwyn walk in silence for some time as he conducts the customary survey of the area. Well, my friend, no sign of howlers, as Jody would say. No sign of anything at all. You sense something is troubling him. Oh, that it's just... I've been giving a lot of thought to everything that Volfred's told us. In another couple of days, one of us may be gone all of a sudden. Or... I don't mean to put it that way. One of us could go free. We earn our way back one by one, as he said. I want you to know something. The others and I, we talked it over, and when the time comes, we want you to decide. Decide who gets to go, if anyone. This might all be part of Volfred's plan, but we got here thanks to you. And even though I'm worried right now about us splitting up, I guess if Volfred has his way, all of us will meet up on the other side. And won't that be a day? Worst case, we keep failing in the rites and be stuck down here together, just like this. The two of you walk on in silence for a time. When at last you return to the wagon, Hedwyn turns to you again. Thanks for the company. I think I'm better now. Hedwyn feels more prepared for the next rite. Hope likewise for the best. Alright then. You and your companions gather at Scribe's Gate, where the single narrow trail to the summit narrows even more, and falls under an archway carved of stone. Come along now, everyone, and be prepared to speak your mind when you are called. Frankly, most of you still lack enlightenment, but we may pass together, much how we act as with a single heart and mind during the rites. Well then, lead onward, Tariq. Please, follow me. Removing his hat, the lone minstrel approaches the gate. You and all the others follow. When the last of your companions nears the arch, you notice someone standing high above, who then appears before you. Another bard. She eyes the lone minstrel first. Is that you, Tariq? It is. Greetings, Celeste. She watches over the Scribe's Gate and seems to be connected to the lone minstrel in the rites. And how was your rest? Too long, Celeste. It seems your work has piled up in the meantime. You bring this many to the gate? Aye. Then let us make this quick. She gestures toward the rest of you. Now each of you, in turn, state who you are and what you seek whilst crossing Scribe's Gate. Do as she says, please, without questioning. Your fellow exiles exchange glances, but quickly comply. I'll start. They call me Hedwyn the Deserter. I've come here seeking freedom for myself and my companions. In my case, so I can return to be with one whom I love. The woman bids him forward. The lone minstrel prompts Ruki to speak up next. So I'm actually gonna get like everyone's motivation here at long last, I guess. Or at least part of it. I am regarded by the name of Ruki Greentail. I just want to get out of here, I guess. With my chums, preferably. Go see Mama back home. I am Captain Jodariel. I do not truly know as yet what I am seeking here. Oh, my name is Faye, and I am here, I think, because the scribes have called to meet me. It must be them, because if not, then who? Squeak! Tizo seeks to live up to the Nightwing's legacy, and maybe see the Commonwealth someday. Sir Gilman of the Sea Dominion at your service! This knight is on a quest to find his honor! He lost it at a certain point. Hamatha Thane. I'm only here because my sister's here. Then as Volfred steps forward, the one called Celeste raises her voice. You. I recognize you from the Nightwings of the past. You are not clad in the raiments any longer. I would know why. I had my chance already. The Nightwings that now stand before you. I travel with them as a pilgrim now. I see. Then state why you are here, as have the others. My name is Volfred Sandalwood. I seek liberty for each of us, so that one day we all might stand shoulder to shoulder on the other side, and bring our freedom to the people there. She waves him by. Then she turns to you, for there is no one left to go. State who you are to traverse Scribe's Gate. You are just a crippled scholar, you are just an old farmhand, you are just a war orphan, you do not know who you are. Probably the last one. I mean, if it's anything like current Sam. When they learned you knew the old ways, they came for you, and you could not run far. Crippled scholar, old farmhand, your youth is gone, but your thirst for knowledge earned you a trip to the downside nonetheless. You are just a war orphan. Years of strife between the Commonwealth and the High-Winged remnants afflicted you since birth. Or, Try as you might, you cannot make out the details of what life was like in the Commonwealth. Well, that's true. You cannot for the life of you recall a time before arriving in the downside. Details of the Commonwealth are scarce within your mind. Perhaps you wanted to forget the place. The one called Celeste continues to examine you, expecting you to add to your response. No, that's it, I got nothing. State also what you truly seek to traverse Scribe's Gate. You want true freedom. You wish to return to the Commonwealth and to live out your days there doing as you please. You want to help your friends. You wish to do whatever it takes to see your fellow exiles regain their freedom. Probably that one. You want revenge! The Commonwealth, which casts you down into the downside, cannot be forgiven. Or you want to see what happens. All you expect is that the outcome of this whole ordeal is going to be interesting. You know what? It's probably the friends or to see what happens if I'm being perfectly honest. But I must admit to a certain anxiety at being unable to save everyone if I can only save a scant few. You want to help your friends. The companions you have met here, who have helped you to survive, and to find kinship in the downside. Your priority is to ensure that they achieve their goals. After all, I'm not doing a dickhead playthrough where I just poke things to see what happens. That is all you wish for now. The woman regards you for a time, then nods once and waves all of you by. Yeah, it's never been enough for me to win. I gotta win right. I gotta win knowing I did good. The 8 scribes bid the Nightwings welcome here. Go forth with glory. And Tariq? Aye, Celeste. Be on your way as well. The lone minstrel bows his head and puts his hat back. He does not look back at her. So... from the top of Mount Elodiel, you can see the distant downside before you. You think on the many thousands of leagues you cross to reach this point as the sky grows dim. The Liberation Rite. My word. Jodariel. Jodariel appears to be prepared for whatever is to come this night. Though it is not yet dark, she is already in her raiments. Hedwin soon joins her, also looking ready. Any sign of Ruki? None as yet. Complained about a chafing at the collar of his mask. Our freedom might be hinging on that collar, then. I am certain that it is. They share a laugh together. The three of you exchange glances, but nothing is said. Or needs to be said. Soon, if Volfred is to be believed, one of your companions may regain his or her freedom. Hey, what I missed? Am I late? Is it starting? Is it starting yet? Ruki, my man, you just ruined the moment. Easy, Ruki. We got a little time. It isn't starting yet. How fare your struggles with your mask, Greentail? Feeling a lot better, thanks. Just had to smash it repeatedly against the wall for a bit. But put some of the old nerves to bed there for good measure. Though, this is really happening, huh? One of us might be getting out of here, like, soon. By dawn, in fact, if all goes well. If all goes well? That's one way to look at it, I guess. What are you getting at, Greentail? Well, it's just... we might be breaking up the band here, people. If one of us gets out, that's been bugging me for a while. I thought we all were getting out of here at once. He shoots a look at you. Some of us, we might not be getting out of here at all. Oh, you know, huh? Hedwin slams his fist against the wall. No! Not if I can help it. We made a promise to each other, each of us. The 4 of us. We're all getting out of here. I care about the others too, I do. But we've been here from the start, I want you to know. My promise is to you, and I believe you'll do the same for me. So it's like this. If any one of us gets out, great, but it's just a start. We're going to do whatever it takes there, on the other side, to make it so the rest of us can get back too. What, you think they're gonna build a bridge down here if we ask nice or something? I don't know what it's going to take. I just know that we have to try. Jodariel turns to you. Reader, we shall find a way. She nods to reassure you, and to reassure herself. Ruki nods his head in turn. and Hedwyn's gaze never once falters. Well, my friends, I think it's just about time. Let's go. One by one, they turn toward the door. The fall of Solium awaits, a vital step in your quest for freedom. Yet you feel in your heart that it shall be only the first. Your 3 companions, each gained +1 hope for the liberation right. Steel yourself in turn. It's so bittersweet. Okay, Jadariel's nearby, so is Hedwyn, and so is Ruki Pro. Ruki is Methy's seen with his mask. Thanks for breaking the moment. Panther's practicing her breathing. Sir Gilman is admonishing himself for losing his honor, no doubt. Faye is staring in awe at something, just at something. River frost. So cold it can burn the skin, but keeps the wagon cool and food fresher longer. A keepsake from the Sklorian shore. This wagon is gonna get pretty crowded if we pick up everything shiny. Tizo is up in the rafters. Tariq, nowhere to be found. See, this is the moment that the party leader in me would be very concerned. Beyond a crystal. Sandra's reliving old memories. You call upon me for some purpose, my reader. What's up? This place, where you currently reside, it must be Mount Elodial, is it not? This was where those blasted scribes decided what to do with me. I had already failed in my mission to eliminate the demon Solium Mur. Whoa! I did not anticipate his retinue, you see. They took me and some of my Beyonders alive, although do not expect to see account of that in their good book. Whether it was for mercy or for spite, I never became certain. They probably presumed that my expulsion for eternity would eventually have taught me some respect for them, but no, not yet. Not yet. Well, I do not mean that really. The scribes did spare my life, and were it not for that, I would never have been thusly trapped to then enjoy your company, O lovely reader. Now, having met my quota of blaspheming for the time, I think it best that we resume the normal sort of business between us, if there is any to speak of. And good hunting at the precipice. May you soon rid the downside of some useless idiot. See ya. Until our next appointment. I gotta read the book. The mercy shown. The Imp Haub and I, we helped to save my emperor, and when the danger did subside, my emperor Solium Mur, he said something to me which shook me to the essence of my being. He said, "You gave your freedom, Master Golathanian, so that I may yet have mine. You too now are an exile of the downside. In all the days which I have left, I never could repay the mercy you have shown me. So if I cannot do so in this life, then I shall do it in the next." We crossed the land together, and together with the imp, we gained the company of those who saw in him what I did. Alright, cool. I should hit the slug market quick.
Hey guys, just so you're all aware, and I know how you're here. How come you made it all the way up here? Oh, I know, alright. You're here because I got the lowest prices on all the downside, am I right? And some of the loose stuff I got in stock, you're gonna get a lot of value there, an awful lot.
Yes, that's why we came, you faggot. Unlearn any masteries and choose again. That's gonna be all my gold if I do that, though. Or I could get... What the hell? Pinch, dash, and handful of stardust. Interesting. Interesting. But so expensive. Well, I can get a dash and a pinch. I suppose I'll have to sell. That's 30? I mean, I don't think these matter too much in the end. I think it's more skill than anything, but... You know, any little pinch I can get. I don't know. And you know, in the end, I am just gonna give everyone their special thing from Sandra, if I can. Why should this be such a sad moment, though? People are gonna get free. Even if it's not how we thought it was gonna go. God damn, I'm no good with this kind of thing. Alright.
Tell all your friends about us, because I already told mine.
Alright, I should apply those now if I can. Faye definitely gets one. This talisman is at the highest rank. I see. Never mind then. Uh-huh. I do expect it's gonna be these three in the rights. So, I don't know. What was this again? Yeah, farther and faster. I like that. Then, okay. No need to be sad. Here at the summit of Mount Elodial, one among you may finally go free, if you prevail. The other thing is that this episode has already gone on so long, I'm wondering if I should just leave the right for next time. Because, you know, it's probably not just going to be the ride itself, it's also going to be like, you know, stuff happens afterward. Something like that. That's what my instincts are telling me anyway. Well, my relationship with the Exiles was always going to be transient. I mean, breaking the fourth wall a bit, I am a player playing a game. Eventually I am going to have to put it down and say goodbye. As to who deserves to go out, I mean, that's kind of relative. I mean, there are certainly characters I like more than others, but that's just my own bias. And whether or not what losing one person may do to the morale of the group, I can't say for sure. Because, you know, you never truly appreciate what they say you never know what you got till it's gone. Like, do you ever truly appreciate everything someone does for you until they're not around to do that anymore? And that's even if everything is that Volfred is planning here goes to plan. Like, you know. Yeah, I gotta save it for next time. I don't think I could do it right now. I am about to cry. Okay. So it looks like next time we're doing our first liberation rite. First of many. I'm gonna get as many of my friends out of here as I can. So, thank you all for tuning in. Please comment and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. And remember, you all have the potential to get good. Peace out.